because of this idea of grief that he had in connection with his great grandfather and his master. So Lord Krishna, to remove his dilemma, he started to speak about the knowledge of the self. And while he was talking about that, he said that this self is birthless and this is deathless. So there is no way that you are going to kill somebody. The body takes birth, it grows, and from infant to adulthood, to a grown-up man, to old age, and then into various diseases, and he passes away. But this passes away or death means he is migrating from one body to another body. He actually does not die. And in this way he was explaining to Arjuna that this life and death that we think is just an illusion. There is nothing called life or death. There is nothing called birth and death. The self is beyond all this. The self is independent of birth and independent of death. And then Arjuna had this doubt that if we are the self and we are always unattached, then how do we feel this pain and sufferings of this world? So in that context, to remove his doubt about the experiences of sufferings, the experiences of sadness or pain that we have, Krishna said that this pain and suffering or happiness or joy, this worldly happiness, worldly joy, worldly sadness, worldly pain or worldly sufferings, these are all because of the connection between your senses and the external objects. It is not within you, it is not your nature. These experiences of sadness or happiness, they are produced when your sense organs get connected or comes in contact with the external objects. Just like this heat and cold, you experience happiness and sadness and sorrow. So these have been going on since eternity. Everybody living in this world has to suffer, has to go through this happiness and sorrow of this world. You are not the only one. So this is there, but know them to be unreal. These are not real. And because they are unreal, because they are not true, just accept them the way they are. And then he says that one who accepts this reality of happiness and sorrow of this world, that person is the real person. He is the real person. Because the enlightened man, the wise man, they always consider happiness and sorrow to be the same. And this sameness, when you focus this happiness and sorrow, this sameness is called immortality. There is not, immortality does not mean that you go beyond your body. It's not like that. Immortality means when you reach a point where you can consider every experiences that you have in this life to be the same. This sameness, that is called immortality, that is called enlightenment, that is called realization of truth. So after that, Krishna had started to speak about the real nature. What is the real nature of ours? What is our nature? Who are we? Who are we? So he says, the last verse where we had stopped yesterday was this, that Antavanta ine deha nitya sokta sharirina anashino aprameyasya tasmad yujasva bharata. He says that within this body, this is the body. This is the body. In this body, there resides a soul. In this body, there resides a soul which is beginningless and endless. This body has a beginning. This body has an origination. This body has a birth. And because this body has a birth, it will reach its normal, its natural consequence, that is death. But the person residing inside the body is not the body. He is not the body. He is independent of the body. And what is he? He is the self. He is the consciousness. He is the soul. Now, who is this soul? What is this soul? What are we? We are anta vanta. That is, we are beginningless and we are endless. But we stay within this body. And the scripture says, that we are nitya. That is, we are the only truth. This soul, this self, when recognized, when experienced to be the self, is birthless and deathless, and that is the only truth. The truth is you yourself. There is no other truth in this world. What is truth? Truth means something which does not change. Something which does not change. So what is it that does not change? It is that consciousness. It is that self which does not change. Antavanta ime deha nitya sokta nityasya ukta manishina sharirina. This shariri, this person who resides within the self, within this body, is the truth. Anashino aprameyasya. He is indestructible. He cannot be destroyed. He cannot be killed. He cannot be killed. He is indestructible and he cannot be known. Why? Because he is one. He is one. When you try to know him, when you approach him, slowly, you get mixed with him, you get united with him, and you become that. So you cannot know him, you can feel him. He is always unknown. Why? Because for any knowledge, there is the requirement of three things. That is the knower, the known, and the knowledge. There should be a knower. There should be something which we have to know. That is the known. And the one that connects between the knower and the known is called knowledge. So there should be these three things, Trinity. But when we approach the self, we see that this Trinity ceases and it becomes one. And thus there is no knowledge, there is no knowing experience. You become that, but you cannot know. When do you know? When you separate from it again, when you come back from your real nature into this world of duality, then only you know that that was the non-dual self. Then you know about that. But when you are there, you cannot know it, because this is beyond everything, even beyond knowledge. So, antavanta ime deha nityasa ukta sharirina anashino, that is, he is indestructible. Aprameyasya, he cannot be known. Tasmad Yusuf Bharata, and then he says, O the son of Bharat dynasty, fight this battle. Just keep on fighting, because you are not going to kill anybody, because the self is not killed at all. So let me talk in Hindi. तो हम लोग भगवत गीता पढ़ रहे हैं.